This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports and Chaco. We're delighted to be joined by the King, Anto Cacace. That's your new name now. That you're now the King. You've obviously just returned, from Manchester, after your split decision win over Michael Magnesi last night. I guess the first question is, how does it feel to be the IBO Super Featherweight champion?
It feels amazing. It's obviously it was an opportunity put in front of me, undefeated fighter for the IBO world title belt. Not really as recognised as one of the least recognised belts, but to me it feels just amazing. So hopefully I'll get more opportunities along them lines, maybe for WBO or for WBC. You never know.
Obviously, Shakur Stevens had to forget his, after missing weight. I guess the thing is, the politics of boxing and things like that, it's getting ranked fairly. Sometimes you've obviously been ranked unfairly with the WBA after your last fight, with Woodstock last year. So I guess it's the politics involved. I guess the good thing is Frank's a recognised promoter. I guess we'll see what the rankings now hold when the next rankings come out.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm up to, I know BoxRec doesn't really tell a tale, but I'm up to 8 on BoxRec in the world, so I'm among all these big guys, so surely someone must give me a crack at one of their titles, or a vacant title now that Shakur's vacated and whatever. So we'll just have to see how things pan out, and pray that maybe I get a crack at something better.
Obviously, it's a really tough, grueling fight last night. Obviously, you're always in control throughout. I guess probably the first thing is we think of the Sam Bowen fight when it was a split decision. When obviously seen split decision, were you thinking, I'm being robbed here?
Yeah, as soon as I said split decision, it was like, couldn't be. Called out me by, I think, 116, 112, me. Polish judge, 116, 112, Magnesi, and then...
Playing from Galaxy A20E.
And then I think that it was... what was it, the other Canadian judge, the other one had it 117, 111. It's like, where'd the Polish judge pull that score from? But that's boxing, that's the way it is. There's always someone trying to ruin the night, or
I just wondering, obviously it's come back to Burnett Haskins. Remember the judge made a mistake in mixing the two fighters up. I'm just wondering, maybe is there going to something come out and say that judge mixed the two up in the scorecards?
No, not at all. That's just that's what was happening. That's what happens in boxing. It's a business. It's not a sport. It's if you're not meant to win, you know what I mean. They'll do everything in their power to try and not let you win. But listen, the right man won on the night, and I'm just delighted to have this belt.
Were you obviously, during the fight, were you surprised at obviously how strong and how durable Magnesi was? You'd seen the clip where he was knocked down with a right hook before. He obviously stuck to you all night, and I guess that's sometimes you want to bring the best out of you. 13 months out of the ring as well. Did it surprise you obviously how strong he was in the fight?
No, he looked strong beforehand. I knew he was coming off. I think it was 9 or 8 KO streak. So he got dropped, in that fight. But if you watch, he switched southpaw and he went over his feet, and he get clipped off guard. He wasn't really dropped heavy, it was more of a balance issue. But so I wasn't reading into anything like that. He was 21-0 for a reason. We were meant to box 4 years ago for the EU belt, and he withdrew, and that meant I didn't get a shot at that either. But no, he's a good champion, and I'm just glad to take another role.
I guess the Magnesi's team sort of come out and sort of said, potentially have a rematch in the future. Obviously, Alex Dilmangani has obviously come out today and said that Frank Warren has already made a gentleman's agreement that he's going to fight next. I guess it's probably too early for you to look, obviously, at who you want next, but sometimes you don't make the decisions. But where would you like to go next? You obviously have the British and the ABO belt currently. You're probably going to have to make a decision soon on which belt you're going to keep with.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to make it I am going to have to make a decision this week in what way I decide to go, but I think it's plain obvious that I vacate the British. But again, this is just what I'm saying. I'll need to sit down with Warren and the team and figure out what they think's best, and just have to see what happens.
Obviously, your Holy Trinity's obviously third IBO champion, obviously fourth in total. Obviously, Damien Kelly won it twice, Brian McGee won it. You're the first IBO champion from the whole of Ireland in 16 years. you sort of started a new trend. I know you're 33 and you keep saying I'm 34 in February, but you started a new trend now for Irish boxing. Eric Donovan, obviously the big one last night for the EU belt as well.
See, to be honest, I wanted to touch on that because Eric, top class amateur, top class lad. I'm so happy for him to finally get, I know he's always dreamt of winning the European title. And you know what? I'm over the moon for him. He deserves every bit of luck and everything he's got because he's a great fighter and he's also a great guy.
The reason I wanted to sort of touch on that is over the next, less than 4 weeks, we've obviously now 2 more. Dennis Hogan obviously in 13 days' time and Paddy McCrory in 4 weeks' time. Hopefully they can obviously take from you last night and obviously you becoming the champ that we now just have a constant train of obviously IBO belts. So to say, it's going to get to the stage where every belt in every division is going to be from Ireland. So it's starting that trend again now with 3 years without a world champion. We now have you back and hopefully many more can follow.
Well, that's it. Yeah, if you notice, it's always the way things kind of happen. Someone gets the belt and then the next minute there's a knock-on effect. People believe, geez, I can do that, and then I fully believe Paddy, he is a beast. He can punch like a proper mule, so I fancy Paddy to KO this guy. Don't care if he's moving up in weight or nothing. I actually think with the move up in weight, he'll be healthier and definitely carry that power up. So I expect Paddy to be sitting with one of these in a few weeks' time.
We've obviously had the welcome and home party. Obviously, I think you were one stage going to follow out me today. You didn't want people making a fuss. That's you in a nutshell, Anto. You don't want people to make a fuss over you. We obviously had the airport, obviously homecoming, and we obviously had a big crowd here at your mum and dad's house as well. Does that sort of show you how much that you're loved? Sometimes I guess you don't know until you have success in some way for people to come out and support you. But how special was obviously the homecoming you're having today?
Oh, it was nice. It was nice to pull up and see all my friends, old friends, family, neighbours, everyone out. So, I was a bit. It's the way I am. I cringe out. Do you know what I mean? That's just the way I am. But it was nice. It was nice to have them all down, and hopefully many more wee nights and wee days like this.
Definitely, I'd say that's the start of it. Now you've got the bug. I guess Ryan Burnett, obviously, when Ryan Burnett became world champion, he sort of looked at it and went, "Is this it?" When you dreamed of obviously getting to this stage. Now that you've reached this stage, is it going to make you even hungrier? Going unify belts, bigger nights. I guess the big thing is Frank Warren give you a homecoming show at the SSE Arena.
Whether it be homecoming or away, I don't mind an away day. I would like a big fight, a big away day, somewhere nice. Somewhere like Vegas or somewhere big like that, Again, we'll go back to the age. It's like the time's ticking. So it'd be nice to say that I fought somewhere like that for some other belt.
Injuries obviously seem to be a thing. I know your last fight obviously hurt your hands. Have you any injuries coming out of the fight that maybe potentially delay getting back into the ring, or are you fit and healthy and ready to go again?
I'm not ready to go again. I've hurt my hand, but it's on the mend. It's not broke or anything like that. It's just badly swollen. I need a week or two off anyway because I've just put myself through a real hard camp and a real hard fight. So we'll just have to see what comes my way and decisions will be made then. But in terms of me and what I'll do, as soon as I hear the news or potential fight date, I go straight back to the gym.
I guess the Fury Joshua card, I know I spoke to you about it last week as well, the potential of that fight being made. The big potential, obviously, you could be on a big card. You deserve a big card now. You've had your setbacks this year with Wembley and Madison Square Garden. You obviously went to Manchester and obviously an amazing venue, and you had such an atmosphere in your fight as well. Now it's kicking on, getting bigger cards. You get Principality Stadium in Cardiff in December. I guess obviously it's how your hand heals and stuff like that, but because you're 33, you need to get as many opportunities now as possible. You can't have another 12, 13 months out of the ring.
Yeah, well, you're right. So this next 12 months needs to be my money-making months. And, you put belts aside, I have a family. So first comes first there, I need to put food on the table, and have money in the bank for them. So just get the fights that I think I deserve by now, you know what I mean? I'm ranked well, what else do you have to do? hopefully someone will reach out and give me an opportunity of some sort.
Going back to obviously your question on the belts, I guess IBO belts probably going to give you bigger paydays, and obviously defending the British title. I guess that's the easy decision as a sort of fan. Sometimes, it's not a fully recognised world title, but it's obviously a bigger grasp on the British title. So I know you'll obviously make your own decision with obviously Simon and Frank and everything else, but I guess in a logical sense it'd be hold on to the IBO.
For myself, holding on to the IBO makes more sense. It's like, I've just won it. It is effectively a world title, albeit I'm one of the mediocre ones, but to me, I couldn't care. Like, you know what I mean? It's a nice belt. It's an accolade. It's something I can always say I've won. It's great to be part of the Holy Trinity trio now. Now with me, Brian, and Damien. Damien's too, obviously. So it feels good. It feels good, and but again, these decisions are not always up to me, and we'll have to sit down with the team and just discuss where we go from here.
What's the plans over the next week or so? Are you going to obviously plan any wee trips away with obviously the family, or just relax and take it easy after a hard grueling camp?
No, I'm gonna go on holiday or something, do something, even just a wee city break or something, So just unwind somewhere nice and regroup.
Well, listen, obviously, thank you very much for your time. It's always a pleasure interviewing you, and I guess as a personal side note, it's great to see a good guy get what he deserves in boxing, and I guess an idol for people sometimes and an inspiration where so many fighters are having bad luck at the moment, that you're now that inspiration for them. A bit of bad luck, you can still come through it and you can still get to the promised land.
Well, that's it. I mean, yeah, I've given up 100 times, but I think I was describing to someone the other day of how I can't walk away from boxing. It's like, I may threaten it, and it may dishearten me, it may break my heart, depress me at times, but it's love, and it's I just don't know what I would do without boxing, so it's just one of them things.
Well, thanks very much for your time, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon.
Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it.